Happy Friday from the swing. Okay, trying a new look. Got the glasses going. All right, it's been a bit of a crazy week, as they all seem to be these days. Let's start off with, okay, completely overbuilt my Lee personal MCP over the last, I don't know, 8 months. I was trying to connect multiple instances of my Claude and ChatGPT and work environments and thought, okay, if I centralize who I am, what I do, all my projects in one place. So then I did, local files, because that's how Claude or code works. You got to have your local environment, pushing that through GitHub to the repository, then using Railway to kind of create an access point. The good news is, by doing all of that and adding so much complexity, you learn that there's a simpler way to do things. Plus, as you start peeling away, I had maybe a more of a dynamic environment than most. So multiple computers, because I wanted to try my OpenClaw setup, which I'm still going to do because I do want to try an open source model, because man, things are getting expensive with Claude code, and I can't believe the jump for ChatGPT from the Pro or whatever for $20 a month, and then they're going to go $200 a month for the next one. Anyway, so I actually spent the week, got everything working. So I'm using a Google Drive as my MCP kind of personal file storage server, and connecting. Now it's a lot easier to connect because I connect ChatGPT, I can connect both my Claude instances, and I set up a reoccurring daily check of just file changes, and then also a weekly sync to make sure that the Google Drive is the center hub and everyone else is a spoke. And then as I was doing this, one of the things I've been trying to solve for over the last 12 months is, and I bet as soon as I get this done, Claude is going to come out with a solution, but there is no real good memory way when you're using projects in Claude and Cowork to actually have Claude remember what's going on in other projects. So basically what I've created is a similar type thing. Is I've created a centralized hub for all my projects, created a system to where when I start in a project, the first command for the agent in the instructions is to go look at the project, understand, see if there's any lagging information from maybe I forgot to update something. It'll ask me, do you want me to update and sync the drive, the master drive, so that the projects are always staying current. That way, in my MCP, I've also created the instructions to make sure that all of my instances are looking at the projects so that they can understand what I'm working on. Anyway, this is working pretty well. I'm almost got it automated as well. But anyway, I guess the story is, this stuff takes a lot of fine tuning, a lot of reworking. And as things change and get easier, and the functionality within the agents get better, you're gonna have to kind of, again, you have that bot shitting that I've talked about in the past, that you have to spend time fine tuning and getting better. The agents are getting great, but you still have to own the outcomes. Man, had a good couple of talks too this week with some CEOs who were doing some pretty cool things with AI. Couple of people are about to launch some new offerings that I'll talk about when they launch. But just getting to hear what's kind of happening in a couple of spaces. But also I talked to a CTO, Fabian. I did actually repost one of his posts on Wednesday. So just talking about, which I think is very common right now, is that a lot of companies and businesses and business leaders want to still have their business operations and mindset of how they're working today and throw AI on top and want that 3x return. And I'm halfway through God, that book is huge, the Rewired book. And it is such a good book about really rethinking. And this is what Fabian talks about, is you have to come at this as a project to rebuild your organization. The AI slapped on top, you can't do it. We used to be able to get away with being able to bolt on a solution horizontally across an organization that was maybe a CRM kind of example. But now with AI and the way it works and the way it has to have great data, going back to knowledge management, data management, being able to own the outcome of your data storytelling, owning and understanding your data architecture, and also your APIs. And so all this stuff has to come together and be secure and governed. What you do with that, the outcomes you control, is really what you're focused on. What's the value of the output that you're creating when you bring in any solution but AI? And are you willing to invest the time in your people, your organizational design, and your people development, or culture, organizational design, and your people development? Because those are the three core things as leaders we need to be focusing on to build a healthy organization. All right, that was a lot this Friday, but I just wanted to share, man, good week, got some stuff done, got clarity in how to make some simplicity after working in a lot of complexity for the last maybe 12 months. But that's part of the process, is learning, growing, and sharing. So lead with XM Elevation. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.